Welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. As always, today we're going to be talking about FTX and the crypto exchange debacle going on between them and Binance. So without further ado, let us begin by talking over some of these concepts I talked about in this video. This video was published, I believe, let's actually check out the date because I forgot when this is, 9 months ago. So January 15, 2022, how a currency could, parentheses, not will, take over the world. So I talk about the problem with crypto exchanges in this video as one of the concepts. And the other video that's far more important, it's not the only Voyager Digital video because Voyager Digital went bankrupt, but this one was posted 5 months ago, May 18th, 2022. And I talk about how you have a lot of counterparty risk in this brokerage. And at the time, you can actually check it out. And people were not thinking that, crypto or let's say Voyager Digital had any liquidity problems and there was not really an issue that you wouldn't be able to get your money out. I actually did receive a message from one of you subscribers. If you're listening to this, well, long time in the making, I guess. Good things happen. So this person messaged me saying, and I posted their message on the community tab. You can actually go to the community tab and you can see the message they sent to me, how this video, in fact, and other discussions we might have had in the Discord community really changed their mind and opened them up to kind of seeing the risks associated with having your capital in these platforms. And now we're seeing this with FTX. So another issue going on with FTX. FTX appears to be insolvent. I'm going to walk you through more or less what happened. So let's talk about first, FTX took over the Voyager Digital assets back in the day, so when they went bankrupt. And just because you're owned under a different entity doesn't mean the problems have went away. Again, some of the problems with putting your assets in a crypto brokerage is that you don't really own the assets themselves. And should they go insolvent, your assets will be tied up in a bankruptcy court, which is not fun experience. So unfortunately, if this is happening to you or happened to you in the past, I feel bad for you. Now, we have another article actually saying, well, SBF warns FTX investors of bankruptcy without more cash. Bloomberg, this story broke out very recently at 5:26 p.m. today. Now, one thing that I want to talk about is, well, of course, your business is predicated on money kind of constantly coming in. A lot of the assets that they held on the books were actually in their own token, FTX token, and there is a rivalry that you must understand or must know in with this story. So there's a man known, well, we'll call him CZ because that's his Twitter handle. So CZ, he is the CEO and founder of Binance. And so we have this tweet here in front, and it's a thread of tweets. So we have, as part of Binance's exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received roughly $2.1 billion USD equivalent in cash due to a recent revelations that have come to light. And this is referring to the leak. And I won't post the leaked images. You guys can go find that for yourselves. It's just because it's not confirmed. But just know the context. There was a leak of the balance sheet, and it wasn't too pretty. A lot of the assets that the company had were tied up in a bunch of projects, so it's not very liquid. And by the way, what have we been talking about in this channel for quite some time? Oh, that's right, the liquidity crunch, right? So liquidity crunch, you have illiquid assets. Your assets are derived in dollar valuations, supposedly. But if you can't get dollars and we're having a dollar shortage, which we are right now, well, then you're not going to really have a bit of a problem. Well, you're going to have a huge problem, okay, on your hands. And that's what happened to them. So in essence, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books. Okay, so this began, and what you have happened with this is, well, let's take a look at their currency. So here we are looking at the price action, and you can see within a month a massive drawdown in FTX tokens. So just to say, well, they didn't have enough liquidity to support this amount of FTX token entering the marketplace. Now, there was some agreement, supposedly, that they said we would buy the FTX token for, I think it was $24 per token. Something around that, but they didn't have the money. That was a bluff, by the way. So I think it was a tactic that perhaps they were going bankrupt anyway, and they said, well, we might as well try this because this could have been the moment that caused it. This is the moment where everyone realized the emperor had no clothes. So we're looking again at CZ Binance, hat off to you in the strategy. You basically took out your largest competitor in their moment of weakness, and now they are going to be gone, looks like. So how did this story progress? Well, later we find out there were rumors coming out that, oh, FTX might be bought out by Binance. So if you scroll up through the tweets, you can actually find out that they ended up pulling that agreement too, because after they found out, this is a little bit worrisome exactly what happened. So the company, of course, is going to look and say, well, Right here, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There's significant liquidity crunch. I love that tweet. They use the word liquidity crunch. Hey, it's not like he watches this channel, but if you do, man, good for you. So to protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI indicating to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting full due diligence in the coming days. And then we get further discussions up here. Let me actually... So as you can see from this tweet right here, and he retweeted it, by the way, but it's coming out from Binance. As a result of corporate due diligence, as well as the latest news reports regarding mishandling of customer funds and alleged U.S. agency investigations, we have decided that we will not pursue the potential acquisition of FTX.com. Boom, done, end of story. So now FTX is in a bit of a pickle. And how has that affected the rest of the crypto exchange or crypto markets? Well, we see that Bitcoin is down 14.40%. If you look at most of the other cryptocurrencies, they're also down a decent amount, with Ethereum also down 15.74%. Funny to think, if you go back, 2020, things were a bit different, right? People were, crypto was all the rage. 2021, crypto was all the rage. Crypto is where you want to buy. And now everyone's going to dogpile it and say how bad it was. And obviously they knew it was bad, even though, they weren't really saying it was bad. There were a lot of people that were, but there were a lot of people staying silent or, kind of saying, well, this new thing, we just don't understand it. CNBC, I'm looking at you. So one thing I also want to say, in addition to this, is I want everyone to watch this video, just reminisce on this and try to remember who the heck was sponsored by FTX and how they might have encouraged certain people to put their money in there through the sponsorship and basically backing it with their brand. Of course, they're not really going to face any consequences from this. And of course, their users, their viewers won't really even care. Well, maybe the ones that, got affected and actually went through with it and put their assets in there. Because there is the illusion that these things are safer. It legitimizes them as forms or ways to hold your money. And as we discussed in the live streams when we ever discussed the crypto brokerage or the videos that we talked about Voyager Digital, a lot of these, it appears as though they rely or they are predicated on more money just coming in. For now, it seems that something like Coinbase is perhaps the most legitimate, if any, but it's still, if anything, it's a clean shirt in a very dirty neighborhood. And well, those are technically different because the number one in this space is Binance for what they do, crypto lender and broker. And then FTX, I think, was number 2 in size. But Coinbase is technically different, Robinhood technically different. So we'll keep them to the side for now. But as far as it goes with these two guys, it's really interesting what happened. I think it's something for the history books for sure. Watching FTX and go through this conundrum with Binance and seeing Binance basically at the last minute kind of stab them, twist them. So really interesting to see how that develops. If you have your assets tied in any of these crypto brokers, I feel for you. If you're capable of putting them out, I probably, I consider it. Just hopefully this video, makes you think about it at least. And if you decide whatever you do, it's your money. But yeah, that's the gist of what's going on. Crazy stuff. What I would be doing for, in the future is, well, you wouldn't catch me ever putting my money in one of these crypto brokers, especially when we went over the publicly available information from the publicly traded one. The amount of counterparty risk these guys seem to be encouraging themselves to get involved with is fascinating. And had this been a bank, I don't know if we'd accept something like that. Definitely investors wouldn't. Investors would never accept something like that. But again, with all the hype and excitement around Voyager Digital at the time, people didn't really care. I remember one of the bullish reasons, right? Remember those YouTubers who were talking about this? The CEO, he's from E-Trade. Oh, that's a fantastic reason to be bullish on the stock. And look at all the experience that this person has and the credentials and all of this. And now the bullish, yeah, that didn't work out. Okay, with that being said, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. And if it provided any value, you want to see more videos like this, there's a subscribe button down there. And I will be seeing you guys on the next one. Bye.